Qin Gang couldn't help but look at Ao Shui, and said with a sigh, "Ao Shui. See how Master loves you. You must hear Master's words in the future and serve him wholeheartedly, understand?" Ao Shui said loudly without hesitation, "Don't worry, Dad. I am willing to follow Master in this life, obey his instructions, and repay him his kindness wholeheartedly." Charlie smiled and said, "You and me don't have to be so polite, practice hard. Winning this competition and winning the championship is the best reward for me." Ao Shui said very seriously, "Master, I was not sure to win the championship, but now I am fully confident." Ao Shui's current strength is more than several times stronger than before. All of this relying on the magical medicine you gave Master, and your help to guide my power. Charlie smiled. "If you talk to me so politely in the future, then I will consider staying away from you." "Ah, don't Master Wade." Ao Shui suddenly became anxious and said with red eyes, "Isn't it okay if Ao Shui won't be so polite to you in the future?" "You must not alienate me." Charlie nodded. "Remember what you said, don't be so polite to me in the future." Ao Shui must remember. Ao Shui hurriedly agreed, and Qin Gang on the side said, "Master, why don't you come to the house for a light meal?" Charlie waved his hand. "It won't be over today. There is still something going on at the pharma factory. I asked Liang to invite a spokesperson over to see him." In order to endorse JX Wisen, Sarah took her assistant and bodyguard to Orus Hill by plane. Since Gu's family is the third largest family in Eastcliff, the overall strength is very strong, so Sarah has always taken her own private jet when she goes out. On the one hand, it is easy and convenient, and the more important aspect is privacy. A big star like her will cause a huge sensation no matter whether it appears in any city in the country. If you want to keep a low profile, you must avoid the eyes and ears of the media, paparazzi and fans. So taking a private jet became her first choice when going out. After the plane arrived in Orus Hill, Liang personally went to greet and took Sarah and her party to JX Pharmaceutical. Originally, Liang planned to arrange for them to stay at the Shangri-La Hotel, take a break, and talk about work tomorrow. However, Sarah insisted on going directly to the JX Pharmaceutical. This is the first time that Sarah has endorsed drugs. She herself takes this seriously and is also very cautious. Therefore, her first thought was to visit the production factory of this pharmaceutical company to see if it was a sufficiently formal company. When Charlie went to JX Pharmaceutical, Sarah had already started to inspect the production line of JX Pharmaceutical under the leadership of Liang. The predecessor of JX Pharmaceutical is Waze Pharmaceuticals, which is a large-scale pharmaceutical company with a market value of several billions. Both the production line and the production process have reached the domestic first-class standards. Coupled with the medicinal effects of JX Wisen, Sarah had experienced it personally, so there was nothing to worry about. Therefore, she should have made up her mind and was willing to be the image spokesperson for JX Wisen. At this time, the discomfort caused by her spleen and stomach disorders has become more and more intense, and seeing the production line next to her, packs of JX Wisen were quickly packaged, so she asked Liang, "Mr. Liang, can you give me some JX Wisen first? My spleen and stomach have not been very good for a while. After taking a pack of JX Wisen, it has changed significantly, but the effect of the medicine has passed, so." Liang said earnestly, "Miss Sarah, let's not tell you that our boss has strict requirements. Before Wisen is officially listed, we must strictly supervise and control it. So I can't do this. Or wait for him to come and see what he suggests." August said dissatisfiedly, "I think your boss is too picky, right? Just a few packets of medicine. Is it necessary to be so petty?" Liang hurriedly explained, "Ms. August, you have misunderstood. Our boss is not picking, but cautious. Before our drugs are officially launched, we must strictly guard against any leakage of confidential drugs. Now, Japan, South Korea and Asia's other pharmaceutical companies have been imitating and plagiarizing our ancient prescriptions, which invisibly brought great losses to traditional medicine." August frowned and asked, "Does your boss have persecution delusions? It is now in the 21st century. The law on patents is very strict. As long as your medicines have been patented, there is no need to worry that others will steal your formula." Liang shook his head and said, Ms. August still doesn't know something. In the current pharmaceutical industry, only chemically synthesized drugs are truly protected by patents and can be implemented. August asked, chemical synthesis drugs? What do you mean? Liang said, chemically synthesized drugs have strict and clear chemical molecular equations, and their chemical structure is also very stable. For example, the special drug for leukemia, Glennon, is chemically imatinated. This is one of the world's best-selling tumor-specific drugs produced by Swiss Novartis. As long as Novartis has applied for a patent for this chemical equation, any other company will be regarded as long as it produces chemical products with the same composition as a committer of infringement. After a pause, Liang said again. However, traditional medicine itself is not a chemical product. It is a lot of different proprietary Chinese medicinal materials that are matched in specific proportions to achieve a cure effect. This formula is very effective. It is difficult to apply for a patent, and it is also difficult to be effectively protected by the patent law, and it is even difficult to sue others for infringement.